YouTube, it is Mama Doe Dawn and Baby Fawn Charlotte, and it is the end of February, which means it is time for my budget recap, where I talk about what I spent, how much I put to debt, and whether or not I stayed on budget for the month. So throughout the month, I take the calendar page of my planner, the monthly overview, and I write down exactly what I spent on each day that I spent. So the amount that I spent and what it went to. Then at the end of the month, in the back of my planner, there's a budget page. I go to that page, add everything up, and see whether or not I stayed on budget and how much I spent for the month. So I have a few different fluctuating costs, and I'm going to start by talking about those this month. So the first cost is gas. This month I did very good on gas. I had $50 budgeted and I only spent $20. I just filled my tank up once. I am on empty now though, so going into March I will need to fill up my tank again. I had $60 budgeted for cat items. On the first of the month I went out, stocked up on food and litter. I didn't have any vet emergencies or anything like that, so I ended up only spending $40 for the entire month. Next month that'll be a little higher because I do need more litter than I had this month, and we need to get dry food, which I get every other month. So this month I was under budget for cats though and only spent $40. Charlotte. For baby items, I had $150 budgeted. Throughout the month I spent lots of just little amounts all over the place. On the first of the month, I went out and got $20 worth of formula. On the second of the month, I got $20 worth of pureed baby food because Charlotte was teething really bad and wouldn't eat solids, so I had to go get purees. I just did not have the time to puree my own. Then I had to go out and rebuy cake supplies for her birthday cake because the first cake I messed up really bad. It turned out awful, so I had to spend $20 on that. I had $20 for balloons on her birthday, a $30 medical bill that I knew was coming. I just didn't know how much it was going to be or when it would get here. It was $30. And then I had $20 worth of just extra groceries, bananas, applesauce, things like that she needed later on in the month. And then at the very end of the month, I had to go out and buy some baby Tylenol. I had a coupon, so I got that for $5. So total, I spent $115. I don't like to spend those little amounts throughout the entire month. I would rather just go out, stock up on everything that I need at the beginning of the month. But this was just one of those months where that budget was spread out through the entire month. It's harder for me to keep track of it when it's that way. I'd rather have it at the beginning of the month, like I said. But that's how it worked out this month, and luckily I still was under budget. I tried to go back and continue to add everything up while I was spending all that money just to make sure that I was on budget. What are you doing? But it ended up being $115 total out of the $150 budget, so I still was under budget. I had $40 set aside for laundry this month, and I spent the $40. My last fluctuating cost was groceries, and on the first of the month I went out and I bought $65 worth of groceries, hoping that it would stock up for, really all I needed groceries for were vegan guests that were coming to stay with Charlotte and I. So I spent $65 hoping that would cover the meals for the 3 guests for the week that they would be here. That ended up not covering everything that I needed. While the guests were here, I went out and I spent another $30 on grocery items, which brought my total up to $95. I had $75 budgeted, so that does mean I was over budget $20 on groceries for this month, and that was mainly just me trying to feed the guests within their dietary restrictions. I did have 2 extra costs that I incurred this month. The first was $20 worth of guest items. I needed an extra blanket because I did not have enough adult-sized blankets for everyone who would be staying, so I had to go buy an extra blanket, and I also had to go buy a couple extra coffee mugs because I did not have enough mugs for everyone that wanted coffee in the morning. So unfortunately, I spent $20 on guest items. I could have went to Goodwill or a thrift shop and probably got all those items for $10. Instead, I was kind of lazy. I just wanted to get in and out. I didn't want to hunt for things. So I just went to Walmart and spent the $20 on it. Could have got it cheaper, but it was more of a convenience cost to spend that $20. It's just a day where I just really wanted some food and coffee that I didn't have to make myself. So Went out and spent $10 on that, but in March my goal is no Starbucks because that has just been that little thing that's getting me. I've eliminated all of their fast food, but something about that Starbucks, it calls me. I don't even like their coffee. I prefer my own coffee, so it's one of those convenience costs that I'm getting just because I don't want to make coffee myself. And it's kind of ridiculous and it's so overpriced. So my goal for next month is no Starbucks, but I did spend $10 on that this month. So those were all of my fluctuating costs that change from month to month. And then I have a bunch of costs that I know are going to be the same every single month. So we're going to go through those quickly right now. We had on the first of the month my $1,100 for rent. That's always the same. I knew that was coming out, had it budgeted. We had, let's see, my personal loan minimum payment was $310. That came out on the 4th. On the 5th, $200 minimum payment to my credit card. Let's see. I had $100 go to my Smile Direct Club payments, $50 to internet, $115 to an insurance sinking fund for my car and rental insurance. And that is put into a sinking fund because I pay every 6 months. So I just put that money away so it's there and prepared for when I do have to pay it. And that will be coming up in April, I believe. I had $100 go to savings for my emergency fund. Every single month I continue to put $100 away to my emergency fund, even though I already have my $1,000 baby emergency fund, as Dave Ramsey talks about, which actually worked out really well because I ended up owing taxes this month. I owed $500. I had $1,500 in my emergency fund, so I was able to take that $500 out, and I still have the $1,000 left in my emergency fund. So I don't have to worry about rebuilding that. I can continue to pay debt and just put that $100 back in slowly every single month. Until, of course, there's another emergency. But that worked out so well for me. So this month, $100 did go to my emergency fund. I had $125 go to my furniture loan. I've mentioned this before, but I pay more than the minimum payment. It is interest-free right now. I have $135 going to my cell phone. I had $50 budgeted, or $60 budgeted for electricity. I actually only ended up spending $30, which really shocked me because I thought it was going to be more, but it was only $30 this month, which was awesome. I also had $300 go to my car lease. That brings me to all of my spending throughout the month. $400 additional dollars towards my credit card this month. So we'll get into that a bit more in a minute. My kid is so cranky this morning, so I am so sorry if you're just hearing her whining. She's not happy. She doesn't want to be on the floor. She doesn't want to be held. Just nothing's working. Really, guys, she's not upset. She's just being a drama queen right now. So total this month, I spent $3,325, which means that I did make an additional $325 off of side gigs. I did have a few financial wins that helped me out this month. The first was that Charlotte's paternal grandfather helped purchase her a new dresser, which she desperately needed, and a new car seat because I had to upgrade to a car seat. So that saved me about $300 this month, which is just awesome. I was able to purchase my coffee for the month with TJX credit card rewards points. I do continue to use that card. I use it to find retail arbitrage items for my business. So I use the card so I have the business purchases itemized. It's not the smartest to continue using the credit card. I do pay it off 100% every single month. But I was able to use the rewards points that I got from it to purchase myself coffee for the month. So Verizon has this Verizon Up program where every $300 you spend, you get a $5 gift card to a random store, and this month I got it to Lowe's. So I was able to go spend that $5 gift card. I got myself dish sponges that I desperately needed to replace and some clothespins because I'm going to start trying to air dry laundry. So we did that. We got that Verizon gift card. With that being said, the fact that they even do that is almost like a slap in the face because it adds up to like, what, 1.5% cash back on what I'm paying to them for my cell phone. So, but it did purchase what I needed this month, so that was good. And then I had the financial win/fail of doing my taxes this month. For the state of Illinois, I did owe. Federally, I don't think I'm going to owe taxes. I sent them in. I think I might get a little bit back because I was under the income earning cap for earned income credit. We'll see about that. I might end up owing federal as well because I'm not entirely sure I did the math right. The new tax forms this year were so confusing. Every single year I've done them without problem, and they've been super easy for me. This year it was supposed to be easier, but if you're self-employed, it did not make a lot of sense. They did not have all the forms set up the way that they were supposed to. So, I did owe $500 in taxes to the state of Illinois, and we'll see if I owe any federally. It's a win because I did it, and I had the money to pay it from my emergency fund, which is awesome because in past years I haven't. I've had to put myself in debt to pay taxes. So I was able to do my taxes and not have it be a huge emergency shock when I had to owe them. So we'll see if I owe federal taxes. Hopefully I'll have enough in my emergency fund to cover that as well. I think I will. I think I won't owe anything more than like $1,200. But yes, I did taxes, so that is one of my wins this month. If the camera angle keeps changing, it's because my child keeps knocking the tripod and then I have to try to set it back up. So I'm pretty sure it's changed like 5 times throughout this video, but that's okay. Also, I keep looking down because I'm looking at my notes to know all the numbers for all my debt stuff. Now is the part of the video where I talk about how much I put to debt for the month. So let's go through debt by debt and what I paid. At the beginning of the month, my starting debt total was $16,775. At the beginning of the month, the starting debt for my credit card was $2,900. At the end of the month, it was $2,300. At the beginning of the month, my furniture loan was $2,675. At the end of the month, it was $2,550. At the beginning of the month, my Smile Direct Club was $900. It is now down to $800. My personal loan was at a $5,600 balance. It is now at a $5,400 balance. And the loan to my father was at $4,700. It is still at $4,700 because he has allowed me to pay off my other interest concurring loans before I start tackling my debt to him. So my ending debt for this month was $15,750, which means I did reach my February goal of getting into the 15,000s for my debt. And that means I paid $1,025 to debt this month. This month was a little tougher than January because I had Charlotte's birthday. I had guests coming from out of town staying here for her, and it was her paternal side of the family. I am divorced, so I try really hard to be accommodating for them when they come because I feel it's really important to show them that I still want them to be a part of Charlotte's life, even though I am divorced from her father, and to just make them feel as comfortable as possible while they're here. So that did cost me some money. I also had just these little random expenses throughout the month that I wasn't expecting to pay. And of course, I had my little Starbucks hiccup. There were some financial wins in the month as well. And overall, I think I did pretty well because I did put over $1,000 to my debt this month. My kiddo is just walking around super dramatic because she's just throwing a hissy fit this morning. It's driving me nuts. But she's pretty cute when she throws her little hissy fits. Okay, I gotta go cater to this little drama queen. But I will be back at the end of March to let you guys know how I've done on my March budget, and I'll be posting a few more videos in the beginning of March describing my goals and my budget for the month. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.